guys, what's going on? So, it's been a minute. I know, it's been a couple months. I was like, I'll take an update. I'm finally going to do one today. Now that we got this thing running on fucking port injection and a Maxxecu Pro. Let's dive into it. You may have noticed I'm running a C6 RS6 intake manifold, and basically kind of how to do that to run port injection. I'm running some custom aluminum flanges that basically adapt the 5.2 V10 head over to the, I guess whatever mounting system the RS6 uses with the 5.0. So that way I'm able to run the factory RS6 intake manifold, and it's designed for boost, so what's not to love about it? Check it out. I'm probably going to end up adding some pictures in as I talk about it because, they're installed and you can't really see them, so it's kind of difficult. But regardless, these are those flanges that I'm talking about. They're cut in Germany and had them sent over. And first thing I did, I threw them on the mill, drilled them out at a 15-degree angle, and then welded in some EV14 fuel injector bungs, so that way we can run the 550cc Bosch fuel injectors. And then we're using a Radium fuel rail, as well as some custom lines that I made with -6 lines. Let's see, we got the Radium fuel filter that it goes through there, and then it comes out the engine and goes into this nice chase-based adjustable fuel pressure regulator that I currently have set to 3 bar. So, she's running fucking mint. What else can I say? I don't know if I actually ever went over this setup, like what the actual setup entailed, like the original one. So basically we're running twin CX Racing GT35 turbos. Hooray on the price. I think it was like $350. They're not getting pushed, so I'm not really too concerned. Did not skimp out on the tile wastegates though. We got twin 38mm tile wastegates. So those will help regulate in the boost, and I'm literally getting 0 boost creep right now, so thumbs up there. But basically, this charge pipe, well, I guess I should start at the turbo, kind of goes down in there. You know what? I'm going to post a picture because you can't see it. But it gets fed into a side mount intercooler. I have one on each side. And then, charge air gets cooled, goes back up through here, into the throttle bodies, and then into this beautiful C6 R6 intake manifold. This is probably the coolest OEM manifold I've ever seen Audi do. So super stoked I got this. And like I said earlier, it's designed for boost, so we're good. I probably got about 200, maybe 300 miles on this thing. This is the Radium air oil separator. This is actually the vent to engine one. So this is supposed to be routed back into like a turbo inlet, somewhere you can use to pull vacuum on it, and help kind of escape and withdraw all those gases that come out of the crankcase. As you can see, there's really no room for a turbo inlet anywhere on this thing. So I was having some issues with like smoking and excess crankcase pressure. It's a great system if you have a vacuum source. Unfortunately, I do not. With that being said, I switched their vent to atmosphere one. So this one, and I still got to kind of redo all the lines here. This is a temporary thing, but this one will just vent out the top. Again, super really nice baffling in there. And then this also, as it separates the air and the oil, it will drain the oil back into the engine, like the factory one. So theoretically, you never have to service it. And so far with, all these pools that I'm going to throw in there in a second, not a drop of oil in it. So really good product. If you're looking at, an air oil separator or a catch can down the road, I'd really recommend Radium. So probably the biggest thing I need to do at this point is give a huge shout out to Norbert, SRS Motorsports, on Instagram. You can find him. For building me a full one-off custom V10 5.2 engine harness, as well as the chassis harness to kind of integrate it into the factory URS6. Absolute work of art. Throwing some pictures in there so you guys can take a look at it. But not only did he set me up with the harness for the Maxxecu Pro, he's been helping me with you know, getting the car running, like the initial startup, as well as all the base tuning that we've been doing. And we're currently sitting at around 5 PSI with like 9 degrees of timing. So absolutely nothing. And this thing is ripping right now. So I do have a dyno session with him coming up in February, I want to say. And, you know, if the car makes 700 or 800 horsepower, that's really cool. It might blow up. Unfortunately, I'm kind of the first person to ever twin turbo a 5.2, a stock 5.2, out of the S6, S8. So if anybody's going to be finding the limits of this engine, it's going to be your boy. So you're welcome. So there's a couple things that I'm really excited about that I kind of was able to do on this build, and it's not the you know, the full 3-inch downpipe to turbo back exhaust or, you know, anything like that. I finally painted the radiator black, and it looks so god dang good. I mean, that's like OEM quality. I guess I'm a little low on coolant. I'll find out where it's going because that was full earlier today, but. This car, I mean, in terms of being a sleeper, probably at the top of the list, at least for me. So, just going to keep posting videos of me going excessively fast in Mexico. And enjoy it, boys. I'll catch you guys next time.